All right, welcome back.
And thank you for opening
Your mind
and your heart
for another dose
of Red Pill Rapport
with Romy
and Harold.
Let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself.
We have before us the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order.
Fear itself.
A world for the rule of law.
Woo. That was good, man.
What up?
Were you feeling that one?
I'm feeling that, Romy. I'm feeling it.
Yeah, welcome back.
What's up, everybody?
How's everybody going? My name is Romy.
Oh, yeah, I'm Harold. What's up, man?
We're your host.
Yeah, we're in the house.
We're in the house for Red Pill Rapport, episode number 19.
19.
19's coming at us. We're almost at that 20 mark. And
Yep. No longer a teenager. We're growing up.
yeah.
That's going to be kind of cool, right? To watch each episode almost like it's an age. Maybe at episode 28, because that's the, what do they call it? The,
Oh
my God, how did I forget
the
that?
drinking age.
No, the 28. 28 is your your something return, your Saturn return.
Oh.
And it's where they say officially you become an adult at 28.
Okay.
So let's see what happens on
Let's
episode
see.
28. See if I don't call it out.
Yeah, let's see what kind of topic we could have on episode 28.
Yeah, it'll be all grown up.
Yeah, yeah, the full circle.
Yeah, it'll be an adult
Yes.
conversation.
Nice.
Sorry, guys. I'm we've got to be active as much as we can. So I'm just trying to post a little thing with Romy and myself here on my Facebook.
Yeah,
page.
well, go ahead, man. Knock it out. Get that picture. That's our picture we just took, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, knock that out. So welcome back again, everybody. While Harold does that, we are proud to provide our information out to you, and want to remind you guys that we have our YouTube channel that we don't need you to, but if you find this content,
like you to.
if you find it helpful and you enjoy listening to us and us interacting with each other, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click the notification bell, click the like button, the like and then the notification, so you can see all of our episodes.
Right.
Every time we put them out, you'll be the first to know.
And then you can help with the algorithms.
The algorithms. Algorithm.
He's got rhythm.
Dude.
He's got soul.
We need to come up with a jingle, dude. Guess what I'm going to do?
What?
I'm going to Fiverr.
Okay. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to Fiverr,
find
and I'm
someone
going to
for
get a jingle,
15,
dude.
$20 bucks. And someone will come up with a jingle.
It's going to be
for us.
algorithm.
Algorithm. Maybe even like a little cartoon. They do that. They could do all that stuff. Have someone make us a little cartoon with Al Gore, like we had described, like just not having rhythm, and then
God.
like having rhythm by the end of the little skit.
Yeah. So,
Nice.
So yeah, thanks for your contribution, and everybody that's listened and have commented on our YouTubes. Thank you very much. We appreciate your contribution to our cause, and I've got a good feeling that this is going to catch some momentum. We've got some more subscribers, and
We've got some more. Go tell your friends.
yeah, please share this information out. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what do we got on our what do you call them?
Agenda. Today's agenda is what we're going to talk about. What we did last weekend.
Oh yeah, that's right.
How we took part in the
It was bringing awareness to saving our children. It was a little march from
Travis Park.
We met at Travis Park at 2 p.m. and got up and spoke.
Yeah.
For a hot minute. We got some footage of that.
Yep.
And a few other people got up and spoke, and then we walked and
We spread awareness and
chanted.
And we made some noise, and we definitely got some attention out there.
Yeah,
It was really good to see the community come together.
Yeah, and how many people were actually really
appreciative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of them were busting out their phones, recording themselves and giving us thumbs up, cars honking. Everybody's saying, thank you so much.
Yeah. Do you remember that one lady that stopped her car with her dog?
Yeah, that's really cool. So, what there was, do you remember her name?
I don't remember her name, but I remember her coming.
Story.
The story, absolutely. She came to us and she was like, "Thank you so much. I'm a victim or a survivor." I forgot the word she said, but I think it was it
Survivor.
I'm a survivor, and we're like, "Oh my gosh, this is great." She's like, "Yeah, I just came out today."
Yep, today.
Like
that
30
day.
minutes ago or something.
Mm-hmm. And she was already getting a bunch of flack from her family. They were calling her a liar because she was molested, from what she said, by 2 of her uncles.
Her uncles,
right? And so, that's you hear too many stories of that, and that's how do you let that happen? Because some of these parents know, they gotta know. Like I as a parent myself, I wouldn't know. Like I would know if the uncle's taking the covers and putting them over you and like, oh, it's all love, and no, fuck that.
I mean, it's got to be denial. It's got to be some sort of. They may have been abused as a child as well, and still not over it, and how to
True.
get. So
Very true.
This issue is very, very deep.
Yeah.
And it's not just. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
And we're realizing this, and the noise we're making and the causes we're doing are raising awareness for people such as her.
Yeah, and she had put 30 minutes before, she said she was driving by and was one of the cars that honked at us, honked with us, for us, and then she parked somewhere, got off with her dog, and came to thank us and kind of let us know a little bit of her. She didn't really tell us her story, but that she was a survivor, and how seeing us out here as the voice for the children, she wishes she would have had a group that was taking time out of their own life to come and stand up and be the voice for children and innocence. And so that was awesome. That was beautiful.
Yeah, it was, and to be an advocate for the children that can't speak for themselves. It's the ultimate cause, and I'm proud to be part of it, and I'm proud to raise the awareness. So thank you guys for letting us be there. This weekend we'll be out there again.
Yes.
This is a bigger parade. It's the
right. It's like a few groups coming together to do a large one.
Yeah, it's called the
Freedom for the Children Parade.
Freedom for the Children Parade, and we're going to be meeting at the Alamo.
Well, so there's for the Save. What is it? What is Shalonda and Chris's group?
The
San Antonio's Against Human Crimes Against Children. Oh my God! Come on, here. I'm gonna pull it up anyway. But there's like I said, there's a couple groups that are meeting, and so the first one is let me see. Let me pull it up here. We're meeting at 10 o'clock in front of the courthouse on Dolorosa Street, and then sorry,
which is down. Is that the one down the street from the Alamo?
100 Dolorosa Street. It's not too far away from.
Well, by the time this episode comes out,
San Antonio Against Human Trafficking. Right. So they're meeting from 10 o'clock in the morning, and I'll be there from 10 to possibly 11, and I'm gonna get up and speak, but it's my middle child. Oh my God, I can say that about her now. I have a middle child. Autumn, it's her birthday party, so we're gonna go to Splash Town, and we want to get out there kind of early. We'll be out there almost the whole day, but that's why I won't be at this thing the whole time. So I may go from the courthouse to the Alamo and then bounce right after that.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we'll see.
Okay, right on. Well,
and then they're gonna go from the Alamo to the Pearl. And they have shuttles and stuff like that. So go look up the information and see if y'all can, because again, once we post this, it'll be after, right?
Yeah. Well, maybe. I mean, we might as well since we was a little late. We didn't have an episode last week. We might be able to get this out right away and then put the next episode out on Sunday.
Right.
So
we could do that.
Yeah, we'll work on that. So yeah, that was a good time, and we'll look forward to doing it again, and still continue to raise awareness on all aspects of how we can get the information out there.
Yeah. Saving our children is a big deal.
Yes. Huge deal.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So I see you reaching for them. So we got another little tool out of our tool bag over here.
Yes. What we have here is the ancient tingshaws. And the ancient tingshaws are two symbol-like bells.
Or UFOs. Two little UFOs that clink, clink.
Take me to your tingshaw. So
Take me to your center.
Yes, that's awesome, dude. So yeah, these are and they both have two different tones, so they're kind of a binaural beat type of action. So when you listen to it,
Whoa.
and they go for a little while, not too long, but for a little while. So they use this for just ritual purposes, and I pulled up a little, and I'll post a link and the page that I'm reading instead of screen sharing. I'll edit it in, so it'll be right here. So they're Tibetan tingshaws.
Tibetan tingshaw.
Mm-hmm. And they are small symbols used in prayer and rituals by Tibetan Buddhist practitioners. Two symbols are joined together by a leather strap or chain, just like you saw. The symbols are struck together, producing a clear and high-pitched tone. Typical sizes range from 2.5 to 4 inches in diameter. Tingsha are very thick and produce a unique, long, ringing tone. Antique tingshaws were made from special bronze alloys that produced harmonic overtones. Mm-hmm. In the high-quality tingsha, both symbols will match. The tones are identical or nearly identical. Most tingsha, however, are not perfectly matched, so each produce a distinctively different tone. This is due to our modern manufacturing processes in which many tingsha are produced at the same time and then poorly matched. Boo. Unless that's good.
Right?
Fine quality examples of antiques are the rare pair of carefully matched new tingsha will sound identical. So I guess you want them to sound identical. That's how you know.
If you want to take it old school.
Yeah. If you want to be an OG, an OT, an original tingsha. Antique tingshaws, you want to be AT.
Antique. An antique.
Antique tingsha.
I'm not
Master.
old. I'm antique.
I'm antique fool.
That's my grade. I'm going to call it antiquing. No, they just antique me.
I got a few antiques here and they get pulled. Actually, I took care of my antiques today.
Yeah.
So, antique tingshaws are rare and quite expensive.
Oh.
Sometimes two symbols that do not match are paired together. Single symbols are often sold with a bone or a piece of wood attached, so the instrument is still functional, even though the mating symbol has been lost. Tingsha are unique in form and function and distinctively typo Wikipedia distinctively different from Indian, Nepali, Chinese, Turkish, or other symbols. Today, tingsha are used along with singing bowls, which you have heard, and other instruments in meditation, music, and sound healing.
Yeah.
Artists such as Karma Moffat and Peterson Manessis, Joseph Feinstein, use multiple pairs of antique tingsha together to create a sonic tapestry effect. Traditionally, however, tingsha are used as a part of a specific Tibetan ritual, such as offerings to hungry ghosts. There are also
Feed them good vibes.
give them some that good food, that good prana. They want the good ass prana.
Good ass prana.
Right, Ralph? Come on.
Deep divers.
Deep divers. Look at the cat down the way.
He's deep diving.
He's diving
Cats
deep.
don't like water. I doubt he's deep diving. Looking for tuna.
Okay, so while these are commonly found today in musical recordings and yoga classes and your occasional podcast
Nice.
and YouTube video, don't forget to subscribe and like and hit the notification button. for that Al Gore rhythm.
Al Gore. He's probably using the tink. What are they called?
The tingshaw.
Tingshaw, like a rickshaw, but a tingshaw.
Tingshaw. Their real function is as a religious ritual tool. It's just a tool. It's just a
Again,
tool.
remember we talk about these things, these sound things as tools.
Sound tool. So this is our sound healing tool. And
Yeah, let's hear it. Man, that's crazy.
that will end our segment of sound. Our sound segment. See how we
Yeah.
did that? We used this as a ritual. I tinged the bells to begin the sound.
Yeah. And so those, this is where picking up these little sound instruments and stuff like that, you can use them in your own way, and eventually you get enough of them, you can start your own practice.
Yeah, you can create your own little.
Yeah. Your own little bee's nest.
That's right.
You should get your bee's nest going. All right.
So
What's
yeah,
next?
so very
Oh,
good.
yeah.
So now,
Got
now
a
we're
good topic.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about our topic today. Harold, you want to tell them what our topic is?
Ding, 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 ding. Soul contracts. All right.
Yes.
All right. Soul contracts.
Soul contract.
What's a soul contract, Romy?
Soul
What
contract.
is your interpretation of a soul contract?
I may be wrong, of course, and use your best discernment for what we say. Okay, do your own research. You know. But from what I understand, is a soul contract is basically we are a spiritual being in a human form, having a human experience on Earth, and before we get incarnated on Earth, each time because we have multiple incarnations. Each time that before we get incarnated on Earth, we have a soul family, and this soul family, we comes together and has a little game plan before they get incarnated, and say, okay, we're gonna incarnate now, and this time I'm gonna be your husband. And this time I'm going to be that boss that fires you. Or this time I'm going to be that person that cut you off in the road that triggered you to do this and to do that. Or this time I'm going to teach you love or whatever. So
a soul contract is almost like a script, in a sense.
It definitely is a script. It's definitely planned out before it happens. So the contract, so these souls come down and we agree to do our part. So you and I have a soul contract, Harold, to do this, and it took a long time for it to come together, and that's okay because it had to be at the right time.
Yeah, but it may not look like a long time to have come together if we wind up living 250, 300 something years. We're like, dude, remember so long ago?
Yeah.
Blip in time.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean, and that's basically in a nutshell my understanding of soul contracts is you're learning lessons to be able to ascend.
Right.
And to become a master and to learn that mastery.
Good.
Wait, is that?
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree. I don't know any other way. Let me see if I can say it a different way which is pretty much the same thing. But yeah, soul contract would just be things that you kind of, from your higher self side, that knows way more, still wants to evolve, and so you write yourself into a play, and those are your contracts. And now, I guess maybe for some that are hearing this type of stuff for the first time, and we'll give you our interpretation of what a soul contract is. But I want you to know that when we say this stuff, it's not that you are absolutely written in stone to a portion of a soul contract. I think sometimes in our soul contracts that we have the flexibility that we put in there in ourselves. Like we have forks in the road that can lead to, an amendment to a part of your soul contract to allow a different version of the branch of that soul contract saying, and I'm just going off on kind of a tangent, just as kind of displaying what I feel and how the world is operating here and now, and how that correlates into what our being wants to express, as well as how that integrates with the soul contract.
Right. Do you think it's possible that we have contracts that we normally wouldn't agree to once we found out about the contract? Let's say we have some sort of epiphany that this was the contract to go through this.
Man, I don't know, because
30-year marriage where you're getting beat.
I know you've looked into some Dolores Cannon, a lot of her stuff, and when she has people under hypnosis, a lot of them from the 3D state of mind had a particular picture of what happened during, let's just say, an abduction or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then, from that level of perspective, you would say, no, I wouldn't want that to happen to me. Why would I want to be abducted and they look ugly or this, that, or the other? But from your higher self perspective, you wrote it in knowing that those beings actually aren't ugly. They're just different. And they came to take an implant out of you.
Mm-hmm.
But you thought it was something else. And so I think some perspectives of things that happen within a soul contract can be viewed as like nasty, but I think at the end of the day, from the highest of all high, like the original creator of your soul, the source, prime creator, from that perspective, everything that's within the contract is there for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And from that perspective, to learn some to go through some bad shit, may be necessary.
To learn the lesson, right?
Yeah, to learn the lesson.
So what if you learn the lesson though, and I guess what I'm getting at is I've heard that you can break a soul contract.
Right.
There's techniques where you can break a soul contract. Like, let's say you're in that abusive relationship.
I would say then that would be like, I guess I'm just being too, coming from this really super high part where everything just is what it is.
Yeah.
Because look, I'll be honest with you. I've taken DMT trips where, I took it. My nephew was there and he was like, and he was of age. Well, of age for an illegal, I don't know, whatever. Anyway.
Age.
Anyway,
Yeah,
he was like 22, 23 years old. And he was like, all right. I was like, dude, when I'm in it, I want you to ask me a question, and then I'm just going to see what the answer is. And, anybody that's taken any dimethyltryptamine, you immediately blast off. And I guess when I was coming back, he asked me the question. I was like, oh, yeah, don't forget, ask me a question. And the only thing that came back was like, oh, you are the question and the answer. I was like, what the fuck? How does that? So when you come in at that really high vibration, it really is that. That's how they give it to me, and it's like, and it's quite a conundrum to be like, well, fuck, man, that just allows for absolutely everything. And in a sense, that is what is happening. Is Source is creating absolutely every option, but within the whole, like in between the lines and reading in between the lines and shit like that, that is all Source. Every option is available. There are parts of you that are wanting to experience a higher vibration and allow the separation in your conscious mind. So those would be a rewriting and taking that other branch of the same contract and saying, oh, this is where the fruits of my labor are actually more produced and blooming and blossoming and all that stuff. So those are options that we have right now as beings, in my opinion. And so someone can choose that dark side and experience that, or someone can make the conscious effort to say, you know what, I want to take control of my life. So I know there's some sort of an etheric contract written that is showing me to experience this, but I want to experience the other parts of this contract and the other options here. So I choose to take a different direction. And so I no longer choose to have my energy siphoned, because our energy has been siphoned from us. It was part of this field, right? And so we chose that. We wrote that shit into our own fucking contract, which is kind of crazy to do that.
Yeah.
But we did do that
Yeah.
in order to pull ourselves out, because that gives us a whole new expression of, having gone through something, be like, holy shit, dude. You remember we were down there and when we dug ourselves out, nobody had to save us but ourselves, because it is all us.
Yeah.
So that, the option of being able to rewrite a soul contract is a really good thing, because at the end of the day, for me, Everything is just taking your power back and knowing that you are connected to absolutely everything. So it's your choice.
Yeah, and that's what these soul contracts are about. They're about you getting your power back and learning your lessons,
right?
To learn the self mastery,
to know that you were the one that wrote the contract to begin with. So why couldn't you rewrite it?
Yeah, I mean, you're doing it for your own higher self, purpose. So rest easy whenever you have some sort of obstacles,
right?
Some sort of challenges that you have. You will never give yourself enough that you cannot, as much as you can't handle. You won't be able to. You won't do that.
Right.
Yeah, and all these obstacles and challenges that you're getting put through, that you always end up making through, and seem somehow you end up amazing yourself and getting through it. Mm-hmm. Those are you giving yourself these situations to grow.
Right.
And so every situation get through, or that every struggle that you have, just understand that it's part of the plan,
right,
that you set.
And it's not just you, the physical you, that experience some sort of growth and experience. It is this spiritual, angelic, galactic, ultra-dimensional being that is you, that experienced all of it. And those other parts of you are fucking clapping and applauding and cheering and thanking, and they're grateful for the work that we're doing here in the 3D. So be grateful for those things that you go through. It's gonna add to whether it's your business, your story, your expression. To come from something like that and then make it through is like that's spiritual worth. Outside of here, it's not money, it's not paper, it's not nothing like that, it's not even gold. It's like, what did you experience?
Spiritual currency.
Yeah, spiritual currency. That's right. There you go.
Yeah. So yeah.
So know you're about to be rich.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's you get, once you understand this and it starts to click, you're not as so anxious about situations.
Right.
You know you're going to get through it.
Yeah.
That you're putting yourself through it, so you grow.
You're just going through the journey of it.
Yeah. It's like a squeezing a coal into a diamond.
Yeah.
Carbon based.
Put it in your. There you go. Put it in your butt cheeks. My mom used to make a joke about my stepdad. He's like, man, if you backed him up against a brick wall, he'd suck out a brick. He's so tight. Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So all right. So, Harold, got anything else you want to talk about on soul contracts?
No, I mean, well, not really. Just know that you are the writer of the soul contract. So when you can make it, you really gotta. Like, I've been getting my nephew into, or I got my nephew into this, and I see how it's been affecting him. He's 15 years old, and I mentioned that you can be, without thinking that people or thinking yourself is crazy, talk to yourself, right? And so I hear him checking himself when he's walking away from the computer, like, okay, I got that work done, I got my chore done, I did this, I ate. I hear him say like the most mundane things. It's funny. I hear he sets an alarm on his phone. Set alarm for 2 minutes. It's for his toast or something. Look, whatever it is, have these talks with yourself, because those are the ways that you get to talking with your higher self, which is the contract writer and the ones that see outside of the contract. And that connection, to me, in a sense, almost overrides the contract. And it's almost like, fuck a contract. I'm going as I'm writing it in right now. I'm writing in my soul contract as we go. What do I want to experience tomorrow? Let me write that shit in. Well, I want to experience happiness, joy, bliss, abundance. And, you know, those are the options that I feel that we have right now. So having these talks with yourself, like I said, I did that with my nephew. I see him doing this now, and he checks himself. And so at the bare minimum, you're going to start checking yourself as a 3D human being. But then, because you have so much talk within yourself, you'll start to get the downloads and communication from your higher self. And then you'll start seeing the synchronicities and watch that shit play out in your life.
Totally.
Yeah. Fun.
Yeah, it's a blast. Once you
Yeah.
figure out the source, the
source code.
the system. Once you figure it out, it's magic. It truly is magic.
Yeah.
So.
And when the negative experiences happen, what most would see is that you don't see it as that anymore. You see it as, oh shit, okay, how do I maneuver through this? Mm-hmm. It's going to teach me something because you just learned something from the last.
Yeah. One thing that's helped me with stuff like that is I think of the situation that's challenging, and I think that it's happening to me and not for me, and not, or to me.
Yeah,
and
but it's happening for you.
Yeah. Well, yeah, definitely. Like, it's not happening at me,
Right.
right? It's happening for me.
Yeah. Yeah, it's setting
You
you
don't.
up.
You see what I'm trying to say? Okay.
Yeah. I
feel me?
see it. Do
You
y'all
feel
see
me?
it?
You feel me?
So he's trying to say. So what he's he's speaking Ebonics right now.
I need my angry.
How
interpreter.
many old, we'll call ourselves old heads. But anyway, how many people above the age of like 30 something remembers like Airplane and do you remember how much racist stuff was in that?
Imagine that, dude. Oh
man. Are we ready to go into our next episode?
I mean, look, we're a little over 30 minutes right now.
Just because, hold on.
Okay. You don't want to play a clip, do you?
No, I don't want to play a clip. It was just, there was a video that I posted the other day, and it was about this dude, this old guy. I forget his name. I don't remember it. 1967, and he was talking about the Illuminati and and how they infiltrate this and how they're playing the long game. Mm-hmm. And he said this shit in 1967, which hadn't actually completely played out.
Yeah.
But you look at the way the world situation is now, and you're like, holy shit. Either the dude was a psychic and just speaking some mumbo jumbo, or he's Q or whatever. Yeah. Like he just was watching how oligarchies and different people came into power and how they were working with each other, and the IMF and the International Monetary Fund and all these different organizations. Relations. Yeah. That the UN and all these things, and how part of the game plan, and I keep going back to this, I've told several people this, he talks about how they structured society in such a way where they kept everybody in the segregation and slaves and shit like that. That was during their time, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, a little bit, right? When did slavery end?
That was when Lincoln was president.
I don't remember any of that.
Don't put me on the spot like that,
well,
bro.
because you're supposed to. Come on, you got the computer right.
Okay.
Anyway,
carry on.
The whole idea of it is that the segregation, and then letting go of the segregation, and then having programs to raise the certain minority up, and then allow them, to get ahead more than, is it
1865, sir?
1865. Okay, so if this dude was saying that their game plan was happening since the 1700s, then that means slavery and the whole adjustments throughout that is part of the game plan.
Right.
And if you're looking through the 80s, how we had movies, because the CIA does work with Hollywood, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
You can go to their website and you can find out it's a fact. You'll find out that CIA works with Hollywood, like it's a thing. So that means the CIA was probably working with making the movie Airplane and all these other ones that were had so much racist undertone to it that had your normal white dad from suburbia calling, darker pigmented people Negroes and this, that, and the other, because it was a norm.
Yeah, it's a deep, dark psychology.
Right. They're playing the long game.
There's like a 100-year plan.
Yeah. Well, this dude said from 1700s, so we're I think he said 1790. So.
Well, I mean, on the big picture, it's not the Illuminati. They're just a small arm of the big picture. So the big picture has been going on for 36,000 years.
Right.
That cycle's ended.
Right. So this is where we're going through the shift.
It's happening.
Yeah,
that shift
we're in the shift. And so what he says is kind of playing out where we have some minorities that have been boosted up to places within athletics, sports, academia, and our politics. Look, we had a black president. They let these people get to these places, and they groomed the black guy to actually get there, so that way, there can be an argument.
You can make a race.
You can make
race card.
you can make a race card, and you can also say, well, you can't pull the race card. We had a black president. We had black, people that are successful. And so then he says this, that they groomed the white folks into thinking that they had to pay something back for something that they didn't do.
Yeah. Like kneel. For people. And
yeah, man, seeing the people like getting down and washing other people's feet. They didn't do that to them. Those people were not slaves. That person probably had it's just and he calls this shit out in 1967, and here we are 2020, and then you can look and see like, holy shit. You could see how they did it. You can go from 1967 and watch the movies, politics, wars, and business and everything and be like, holy shit. So we got to honor that, right? We got to honor our opponent and know that this is some long game chess type shit.
Right.
And you can't just come at it with fucking sticks and pitchforks and fucking fire anymore. Like, we got to do this different, right, on a multifaceted front.
Multi-dimensional front.
That's how crazy we're getting with this. Not even just doing this work here through the podcast, through chanting and holding signs and, doing physical things,
We're literally using the love vibration to fight this war.
Right.
So we're sending love to the situations, and that love energy, think of love as a verb instead of a noun. If you send that love out to the situations, and that's these movements are all about the love.
Yeah.
And that's what's making it so strong.
Now, I'm getting guided on something right here. And I think it's because I think the masses, most people, it's very hard for them to conceptualize what love looks like when you express it. Because they haven't received enough of it. They haven't received it in a way that was actually a coherent way to receive and extend love. So I like to take the word love for everyone out there and turn it into something that maybe is a little bit more tangible. And we'll call it coherence, heart coherence.
Okay.
Right? And so coherence to me, and maybe if you want to type it in, Romy, for me, what is the definition of coherence? But for me, when I want to explain it, it's the understanding of who and what you are. Or like, you get it. You know what this thing is and what it does. What you got over there?
It's the quality of being logical and consistent.
Okay. You got to be logical. Go ahead. Is there more?
Or there's a second one, the quality of forming a unified whole.
Okay. That's coherence. That's a unified whole is what we're going for. Mm-hmm. A unified whole. And within a unified whole becomes the honor, the gratitude, the understanding that people go through their own expressions. And we've all been duped for so long that you can't hold everyone to their personal expression right now until they get past this shit. And then everyone has a clean slate to come out like, hey, I was raised spiritually, holistically, I ate right, I didn't have to work fucking 70, 80 hours a week, 40 hours a week to survive. I'm not worried about bills. When our world is like that, for a generation, or at least, some semblance of time, 3D time, then we can start seeing what people's true pattern is. Are they resistant to it, or are we now, like, if they were born into this, where everything is, all needs are met, and they weren't raised, like, you're going to have a whole new human being.
Yeah.
And so coherence and sending that love out is holding that harmonic, balanced vision for where we're going, because we can send love to a situation and what is that? I don't know what everybody's feeling when they hear that.
Yeah,
I think there's a disconnect from what love is and its coherence to me.
I found what heart coherence was.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mic check. Okay. What is heart coherence and why is it so powerful? This is from wonderlust.com. Scientific studies have shown that when we cultivate intentionally or unintentionally emotions of appreciation, love, and compassion, as opposed to anxiety, anger, and fear. The oscillations of our heart rhythm are showing as being more coherent or consistent. So
That's just incoherence and bringing forth a balanced pattern. If you want to close your eyes and look at somatics or watch a video on somatics, when it's coherent, it's a pattern. It's a beautiful pattern. It's a unity pattern. It's a balanced pattern. When it's incoherent, it's a jumbled mess. When it doesn't get itself, everything's running into each other. I really implore people to get down to looking into somatics, because if you take that into your daily life and know what coherence is, when you put 432 hertz into that plate, that metal plate or the water or whatever it is, it produces this beautiful pattern. When you throw 400 in there, it's an incoherent mess, right? And so there's specific patterns that work with Mother Nature, laws of the universe, that if we just put coherence into it, we create a pattern that's harmonic.
yes,
And everything starts to balance itself out. It's even on all sides.
right.
And so that, we really got to get down to the bare, like Tesla said, when you, and I'll misquote, got Romy working hard today. You understand the laws of vibration, frequency, and sound. I don't think you said sound. Vibration, frequency.
I looked it up the other day.
Yeah.
If you want to know find the secrets of the universe, thinks of terms of energy, frequency, and vibration.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are the secrets of the universe. That's how you express a coherent pattern. This whole thing is a re-pattern. It's a reshift.
Yeah.
This whole cabrona virus. It's cabrona virus.
Yeah, and the vibration's important. That's why we're doing the sound healing stuff.
Right.
So
Boom shakalaka.
yeah, hit us up if you want to.
Yeah. Find me on Infinite U77, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Romy.
You can find me on Facebook, Romy Nava, Instagram, Romy Nava 24/7.
There you go, 24/7. And then obviously you got us on this Red Pill Rapport, and we'll have the links to everything, so you can just tap on those and find us. And I make my organite pieces. We have our own modalities, QHHT.
I do the QHHT, yes,
Right.
and coming up with my sound healing
Yeah.
technique.
Romy's learning from some master.
Yeah, Michael Enderley.
Yeah.
from
Oh, it's his
Kaleidoscope
birthday
9.
today.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
That's right.
That's
A
right.
shout out to Michael Enderley.
Happy birthday, Michael
Enderley.
Enderley. All right.
Yeah. All right.
So very good. Thank you guys for tuning in. We appreciate everything that you do and all of your feedback.
Yes.
Continue to do that.
We want you to love always,
in all ways
from now
until the end of time. Days.
Peace. You got it. Love you guys. Peace.
You guys.